Alright guys, it's the end of the year now. 2015 has just about come to an end. I'm on my roof right now trying to show you guys the rods that I used in 2015. Seems like I get the question all the time, what rod you using, what rod you using, and I respond to all your comments. You know, I answer your questions as best as I can, but I'm going to show you guys right now all the rods that I've used in 2015. This is it right here, so let's check it out. First up is going to be this Shimano Tiralejo. This is the surf rod that I've been using all fall. I bought this rod. I actually didn't buy this rod. I won this rod in 2009. I caught the first legal size striper in New Jersey in 2009 on March 1st. There's a tackle shop that gives away $200 to the first fish weighed in. That's the point. I got this rod from that shop, from that prize. It's a $230 rod, but they'd had it in stock for a couple years. Nobody wanted it, and I asked them, hey, can I get the rod instead of the $200 gift certificate? They said, sure, no problem. So I used it for a few years, and I didn't like it at first, and then it grew on me. I caught some ridiculous fish on this rod. I caught an ocean sunfish from Barnegat Inlet in 2013. Early September, I was eeling for bass, throwing eels, and hooked a crazy fish and fought for like 30 minutes, got stuck on the rocks, and I get it in, and it's an ocean sunfish, like an 80 to 100 pound ocean sunfish. There's a couple people there, we gaffed it, it broke the gaff, it got away. I mean, I got pictures of it laying on the rock. I couldn't get like a sick picture. I didn't used to roll around with a GoPro either, so there's no video footage of that. But that was epic. That was epic. Ocean sunfish from the rocks is epic. Another epic catch from this rod, it would have been a state record flathead catfish from the Schuylkill River, also in 2013. Pretty much, I had been on a hot streak for a week. I was catching tons of big fish, 30 to 40 pound flatheads every night. And I was using this rod, this surf rod. This is not like a flathead rod. I was throwing 3-ounce weights and big live suckers, 8-inch suckers with this surf rod. And yeah, it got to the point, I mean, I got a 55 pounder, I got him up to the bank, we weighed him, we tied him up, we were gonna get him certified the next day, and then like this crazy thing happened. I cut the rope too soon, the fish went absolutely crazy on the bank, escaped, got back into the river, and I didn't get the state record. I did land it, I did get it all on video. That video's on my channel, you can go back and watch it, it's from 2013. I've also caught more redfish from Delaware and New Jersey on this rod than any other rod. I've caught albies on this rod, I've caught a ton of like great fish on this rod, I love the rod. And then in 2013, I think it was 2013, it was 2014, I broke the rod. I was fishing Barnegat Inlet again, eeling. That night I wasn't catching any fish. I fell between the rocks and the jetty. My rod went down, snapped the rod. Luckily, Shimano rods are covered under a lifetime warranty. You break the rod, you send it back, they give you a new one, no charge. All you gotta do is pay for shipping. That actually ended this year. They only have 1-year warranties now, but if you have a rod made before 2014, it's still under a lifetime warranty. So I highly recommend any rod with a lifetime warranty. I really don't like 2-piece rods. I would suggest you get a 1-piece surf rod. Something 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot. If you're throwing lures, something that throws 1 to 3 ounces is perfect. So this Tiralejo, I mean, is quality. It's got these guides. I mean, I don't know, these are Fuji guides, I assume. Fuji guides are definitely some of the best, and probably your best for the money. And then on this rod, the reel that I have on here is a Penn Clash 5000. This is Penn's newest model surf reel. It was around 200 bucks. It's very lightweight. I would like to tell you all the specs on it, but all I know is that the gear ratio is 5.6 to 1 and 36 inches per crank. That's pretty good. Overall, I'm very happy with this reel. It's doing its job real nice. I don't take great care of my equipment. So far, I've dunked it in the water, I've laid it in the sand, and I'm still using it. There's no problems with it. There was one problem with this reel when I first got it. It would make this nasty cranking noise, like this churning, grinding noise, like whenever I cranked it. But that went away after probably like 20 hours of using it. It was right when I first got it, but yeah, it's gone now. I would say that this is like a very solid setup right here for surf, striper fishing, blue fishing, whatever kind of fishing here. So on this Penn Clash 5000, I mean, this thing's great. I got, you know, a few hundred yards of braid on it. I do stick with a 30-pound braid. And word of the wise, before you buy a rod, you gotta feel the rod, okay? Go to the shop, look at the rod in person, feel it out, give it a good hold, and what you want to do every time is flex it against the ground. Okay, flexing it against the ground is gonna give you exactly the idea you need to decide like if you want to buy the rod or not. You know, you're gonna be able to feel the action. Don't do this. You know, don't do this, guys. This is not going to do you any good. You know, you got to do this. This shows you the action of the rod, how heavy the rod is, whether or not you want to buy the rod. Yeah, do not buy a rod unless you felt it, unless you know that it's the one you want. I recommend if you are undecided on what rod you want to buy, you go look at a bunch of rods Just flex them against the ground and see which one feels best. That's going to do a lot for you. You can learn more in 5 minutes at a tackle shop than you could ever find online. You know, you can't feel a rod through the internet. You know, you got to go there in person. You got to feel it out. So that's a tip for you guys. Definitely feel the rod out before you buy it. So that's the Shimano Tiralejo and the Penn Clash. That's what you saw in all the surf fishing videos. Bluefish, bass, no problems with the rod, love the setup. So that's number one. Number two, okay, this is St. Croix Mojo Inshore. 7-foot, heavy power, fast action, 15 to 30 pound line, 3/4 to 2 ounce lure. I wouldn't recommend a 7-foot rod if you're fishing from the beach. I would recommend a longer rod if you're fishing from the beach, at least 8 foot. And then this rod, I mean, I would use this from the kayak and I use this from the boat for flatheads and stripers pretty much. Those are the only 2 species of fish that I target with this. Tog too, I was doing a little tog fishing with this, good tog rod. A lot of guys will say that like this rod is too flimsy and too weak of action to target like really big fish, but I did catch like a 60-pound black drum with this rod and plenty of big stripers with it. So yeah, 7 foot, I really like this rod. I usually put this Penn Clash on it or a Shimano bait runner if I'm fishing for flatheads. So I would highly recommend any Mojo product. I really like the Mojos. This rod should have snapped like 6 or 7 times this season. There were times when I had it like, you know, lifting something, swinging something I shouldn't have been doing. It didn't snap, it's still going. A lot of faith in this rod. It's only like 120, 140 bucks or so. The Mojo products for the price are really good. Great rod for the kayak, you know, great rod for any striper, flatheads, catfish, you know. Definitely more of a boat rod at 7 foot. I mean, you can use it from shore, no problem, but I like longer rods if I'm fishing from shore, 8 or 9 foot, even if I'm fishing the Schuylkill for flatheads or carp or something like that. Next rod, this is the St. Croix Avid. I've had this rod forever, close to 10 years, and then this is Shimano Sustain 4000. If you can see, I mean, this thing is just like completely beat to shit, yet it's still, I mean, I've dunked this in the ocean, I've had it in the sand. I mean, this is what I was using for albies up in Martha's Vineyard. This is what I use for flounder, for bass, for weak fish, for smaller stripers. You know, I love the Sustains. They're really great. This year, though, I did see a lot of Shimanos, mainly Stratics, just get completely toasted by albies and just beach fishing in general. I would not recommend this reel for the surf. Shimano Sustain for the surf, I wouldn't do it. Stratic for the surf, wouldn't do it. And I use this in the surf, and I use Stratics in the surf, and you're going to get problems. I guarantee you're going to get problems. This has problems now, just from a couple beach uses. Otherwise, I mean, freshwater or like saltwater, when you're not in the sand, I mean, this is a great, great reel. And this rod, I mean, this is St. Croix Avid, 7 foot. No, this is 6'6", and it is a 6'6" medium power, fast action, one piece, obviously, 6 to 12 pound line, 3/16 to 5/8 ounce lure. This is what I used for walleye season, flounder fishing, weak fish, stripers, all kinds of stuff. I'm jigging, like light tackle jigging, half-ounce jig heads, bucktails, that kind of thing. This is the rod I use, and then this is the reel I use. I use this reel also for bowfin and snakeheads and bass and all my freshwater lure fishing, artificial fishing. Next up, this is a 7'4" Loomis Pro Green, one piece, fast action, 10 to 17 pound line, 1/4 to 1 ounce lure. Recommendation. This is what I was using for albies, and this is also what I use for flounder and just like more precision style light tackle jigging and plugging. 7'4", it's got a little more length than the 6'6" St. Croix Avid. They're basically the same rod. I mean, this is St. Croix, this is Loomis. They got different ratings, but they're basically the same. You can do the same things with them. Throw SP minnows with this, darters with this, you know, smaller striper lures, and mainly jigs. But yeah, solid rod. I've had it since probably 2009 or 2010. I'm pretty sure Loomis still has a lifetime warranty on all their products, as does St. Croix. Shimano, on the other hand, does not have a lifetime warranty anymore. Highly recommend Shimano, highly recommend St. Croix. Anything Shimano, St. Croix, Loomis is going to be good. Last rod I'm going to show you guys, this is a conventional rod. This is the reel that I love, the Penn Squall. This is a 12, this is the smallest size they make. It's a little corroded right now. I got to rinse it off and probably send it into Penn this winter to get it serviced, because I completely destroyed this reel this year. Still works, all the mechanisms inside the reel are still good, but it's trash. And this rod, the Mojo Muskie, this is an 8-foot medium heavy power, fast action, 20 to 50 pound, 3/4 to 3 ounce lure weight. This is great. This is my go-to for flatheads. If I'm fishing from the bank or the boat, it doesn't matter. 8 foot is versatile enough that I can use this from the kayak, from the boat, from the shore. Doesn't matter. This is what I use for tog. I'll fish on party boats and in the ocean, 50 to 100 feet of water, 8 to 20 ounce weights with this rod, no problem. It says that it only goes up to 3 ounce weight, but I drop 16 ounce weights on this, no problem. This is a great. This is actually comparable to the G Loomis Bucara. If you guys know what the G Loomis Bucara is, that's like older. They stopped making that. It hasn't been in production for a few years, but it's relatively the same, and it's about half the price. Any of these Mojo products are going to be less than $200, except for maybe like the bigger surf models. They might run up over 200. This I think was like 150 when I got it. I've had it for a couple seasons now. I love it. Really good at casting long distances. I mean, this Squall is a beast on the cast. You can cast so far with this reel, and the reel's like 120 bucks. This is a $120 reel. There's nothing fancy about it, but it's Penn, it's saltwater grade, it's really good, it's light. I mean, it's got a good gear ratio. Highly recommend the Squall, highly recommend the Mojo Musky. I caught a lot of stripers on this rod on the kayak this fall. Anytime I was using live bunker, I was dropping them down on, 5 to 8 ounce weights, and caught a lot of nice bass with this rod this fall. So all these combos right here, all these rods right here, they see freshwater, they see saltwater, they see big fish, they see abuse, they see sands, they see it all. And I would recommend all of them. I would definitely recommend any G Loomis, St. Croix, Shimano rods. They're all going to be good. They all start around $100, and then the sky's the limit. Obviously, the more money you spend, the better the product's going to be. Get something with a warranty, because your rod's going to snap inevitably at some point. And knowing that you have a lifetime warranty, I mean, that just means you have the rod for life, and it's worth investing $300 or $400 into a rod. This is my most expensive rod. This thing is like $300 right now. That's the free rod, the one that I won. And then this one was like $270. This one was like, I don't even know what that one was. That was like 2005 when I bought that. This rod, like 160 for the Mojos. So that's about it. I mean, you get what you pay for in the rod industry, and you definitely want something with a warranty, and then you definitely want to feel it out before you buy it. So hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully you guys can take some of this knowledge and put it to use this winter when we're all going through the pain and misery of the cold, dismal, short days, no fishing. Yeah, you get it. That's about all I got for you guys today. I would love to show you guys some awesome fish, but as it is right now, I mean, it's cold out, but it's been really warm. We've had record highs the past 3 out of 4 days or so. The El Nino, that Eastern Pacific, is just so warm, and that's just doing wonders for us here on the East Coast. We've got the warmth, we've got the, everything we need to have good fishing. We've got crazy bass bite going down to the shore today. Guys getting 40-inch bass from the beach today. Blues still, we're getting blues after Christmas from the beach. They're up to like 15 pounds, and then, yeah, bass up to 40 inches, maybe even 45 inches. It's ridiculous. And we also have a flathead bite. We're getting flatheads in the Schuylkill right now, like 5 minutes that way. I could go and catch flatheads right now if I wanted to. It's absolutely insane. I hope that it doesn't get too cold this winter, and if it doesn't get too cold, then we're going to be looking at some really fantastic striper fishing in our neck of the woods starting early April, if not like St. Patty's Day. I'm hoping to catch a 30-pound bass by St. Patty's Day 2016. So we'll see about that. That might be a little ambitious, but it's not ambitious at all if we get the right, winter. There's a lot of stripers wintering over in the Chesapeake Bay, farther up the bay than usual, and 2015 in general, it just seemed like there was more bass around than ever, and it doesn't really make too much sense considering the last 2 years were so bad, but hey, that's fishing, that's the way it goes, and I'm excited for 2016. I hope you are too. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to see what I do in 2016. It's going to be a crazy year. Give this video a like if you liked it at any time. With that, I will catch you guys later. I'll see you guys next time.